Looks like everything's good. We just went live. Got a game here. Normal time speed. We're playing Terra Mystica again. We're in the arena and we're against Komodo Dragon, JBW Roland. Some good players overall. Some very good players. And we're first seat, so I've already burned a minute of my thinking time, but it's a normal time game, so there's plenty of time here. We got trading posts into big buildings, into temples, into digging, and lots of dwellings. So little awkward of a track. Like, digging often means you need to build lots of dwellings early, but there's nothing telling you to build dwellings early to get a lot of workers, and then it tells you to build lots of dwellings late. The temple event here is like, you could try to delay your temple till then, but the coin, like the amount of coins that come from the cult track this game can be very tempting. We're missing trading post scoring, and we don't have many coins on the cult, or on the, there's not many coins on the pass tiles, so the coins off the cult here I think are going to be pretty important. And what else are we missing? We're missing 4 coins in a cult step, we're missing 6 coins, and we're missing trading post scoring. And trading post scoring means that you don't really want to build trading post early, so coins also look like a big issue here. So factions that want to open like Fire 1 here I think are pretty good into being able to send some priests to the cults to get some boost. Building up is going to be a little tough. Advancing dig is potentially a little tough for a lot of factions. Points are not super easy to come by. I mean, as lame as it is, this is just a Dark Lanes track. The starting tiles are going to be Spade, Priest, Worker Power, 2 Worker, so Dark Lanes are happy with any of that. Yeah, I mean, it's boring, but I'm going to just throw them in first seat. I'm okay with... Honestly, I actually haven't got to play just like a solid Dark Lanes game in a while, and I kind of would like to. I do. I don't know. It's probably a slight faux pas, but I enjoy Dark Lanes. Yeah, they're boring and they're basic, but I don't know. Anyhow, I should throw out stream announcements. Been slow on that. Okay. The rest of the factions went fast. We have classic color wheel here. That's fine by me. The only thing that gets a little tricky here is with Swarm Lanes. Do you actually get a Leech Party up over here as Dark Lanes in first seat? You'd be pretty happy about that. But with Swarm Lanes in the game and Nomads, there is temp shipping. Yeah, temp shipping does exist, so... The only slight problem with starting Dark Lanes here is just if Nomads beat you to this hex, but as Dark Lanes otherwise, I don't know, I tend to like... I'll bid Dark Lanes. Dark Lanes are traditionally very good in this color wheel. And I think there's a lot to like about Dark Lanes here still. Yeah, I saw that you were in the queue. I was hoping to get a game in with you, but as usual, queuing is weird, and all of us have slightly different preferences and restrictions. I'm a little sad because maybe I should have been more of a stickler for preferring fast time games. Hopefully, the fact that some of these players prefer normal means that they're not actually slow, but given how fast they all picked factions and are bidding thus far, I think I'm okay, but we'll see. Which I haven't actually looked at all my opponent's strengths. I don't know off the top of my head. They were rated strong to expert when I peaked. 355 for Komodo Dragon, reasonably good but not great. Also reasonably good but not great. And I think Roland's pretty good, yeah. So Roland's the big threat. Roland's bidding on Engineers. Engineers is like an easy faction to bid on usually in these setups, but they just don't always get a ton of early leech. Dark Lanes are traditionally very strong, so I'm going to be tempted with them. Swarm Lanes here I haven't thought about a ton. Swarm Lanes, I think you do start over here and join a Leech Party. That's what I would do. I would have a big Leech Party over here as Swarm Lanes in an effort to open... I would probably just open Stronghold Temple here as Swarm Lanes and then try to open Sanctuary in round 2. It's possible even a Water 2 Swarm Lanes game is correct here because it gets you a Spade in round 1. So I could have some fun with a Water 2 Swarms. do something slightly atypical, but I think Darklings are just the best of this color wheel. But I don't want to bid too much, because Swarmlings are probably still going to be okay here. I mean, the one issue is all these late dwellings are boring and not very good, unless you want to try to do networky swarm things. I mean, the other thing, I guess, is Swarmlings is you can start here and here, and then Engineers are a lot better off. Although Darklings are pretty happy if Swarmlings doesn't start here, because Darklings then just gets this stretch. So I'll stick with this for now. You were searching forever between 1 to 2 opponents. Yeah, I was at a table with you. So yeah, Roland, you think is the same as in your TM Tour group? That's cool. Probably is. And yeah, he's quite a good player. So, Roland's back on Team Darklings. I'm gonna go Darklings one more, and then I'm probably gonna be done here. I already am probably bidding them too much, but I just kind of want to play Darklings. I enjoy Darklings, and I just haven't got to play them in a while. But it's okay. Anyhow, Swarmlings, I think at this point, well, or am I supposed to go a little on Engineers? I just don't super love Engineers here either. I mean, Engineers, you're going to go Earth 1, you're going to aim for a 3rd temple. You're going to build lots of late dwellings as Engineers, which will work out. It has to be pretty good for them too. This color wheel is generally fine for them. It's just the early leech for it can be sucky. Nomad should start on the spade. So I guess you start worker power though, so you do just get double dig. Unless Swarmlings do something insane, but Swarmlings should probably just start big buildings, so Darklings are just starting priest. Swarmlings starting on big building tile for the record. I mean, God, like how can that be wrong though too? Let's throw one in for Engineers, though. Engineers either start worker power or spade. Can just do double temple things. Although, actually, they can't necessarily double temple. That's the funky thing. If you don't get enough leech and you're on worker power, and you're going to take double dig, you instead open... Well, I mean, you instead open trading post, temple, 2 dwellings, and then you build another temple here, then another temple here. Like, yeah, it still has to be pretty good. No Agricola unfollowed. Sorry. I should talk about Agricola in a sec. Do I just go Swarmlings now? I mean, Swarmlings have to still be good, right? Right? They get 2 trading posts. They get a big building. They're not going to get a temple. They might do some digging. They're not going to. I mean, the track sucks late. The pastels are not incredible, but also who's particularly culty here? I mean, Swarmlings just do very well in the cults. The big building tile is basically a fight between Swarmlings and Darklings most of the game. Unless Nomads decides to go into something, which they could. Also, how bad are Nomads here? You have Nomads without color neighbors, also lots of late dwellings. Nomads can also can definitely get Earth 1, because Swarmlings ain't taking it. And they start on a spade? I mean, I think I probably should stop. I mean, Darklings are traditionally very good at this color wheel. Anyhow, you prefer Terra Mystica. A lot of you do, but none of this farming nonsense. That's fair. They are both great games. You're correct. They're the best 2 games of all time. Anyhow, I've been playing a lot of Agricola, which has been great, but part of my goal in Agricola was hypothetically to try to get to number 1, and I just think I'm giving up on that goal currently. These games are tough, and anyhow, I played one earlier today, and I got to top 10, so that's what I was going to talk about. I reached top 10, which is a great goal. Was very happy about it. I'm also expert rated, so I hit expert rating, and I hit top 10. But number 1 just keeps getting further away, like, or stays as far away. And I just don't, like, at my current rate, it's hard to find games with people near my rating. So instead, I have to find games with, like, 200 levels. And if I win, I get, like, 8 elo. So to get here is, like, grinding out another 12 wins. That's a lot. That's a lot to commit to. So I'm going to bid Swarmlings once here. But anyhow, you rate Terra Mystica number 1, Agricola number 4, T-Mars and Orleans are in there. Well, you have pretty good taste then. I'm not a T-Mars guy, but Orleans is very good. Thoughts on Gaia Project? I like Gaia Project, but I don't love it. The swarm leads are getting bit a little here, so the question is how bad are nomads in this game? Nomads who also go one temple into a second temple into a lot of late dwellings. Feels like it can't be that bad, but I'm not sure I want to commit to it. I kind of want to bid Darklings again. I really think Darklings in this color matchup are incredible, and I really think Darklings get this crazy leech party, and that's so much early leech for Darklings. It's very strong for them. Who's taking a worker's action, by the way, too, right? Like, Darklings get to start with Priest, take a worker's action, open, like, Temple and a couple dwellings, or Darklings maybe send the first Priest to Water or a Priest to Earth in here, potentially. Darklings are still very good. I mean, Swirlies are pretty good, too. Anyhow, just make my own tables, only allow 300 plus and be patient. See, that's the trick, Wonderbolt. I'm not patient about starting tables. I occasionally have, like, restricted it to good and above, and I can get those games occasionally, but even getting tables with 200s is tricky. Getting tables with 300s in Agricola currently, not that easy. Hey, it turns out we are just playing Darklings, though. You haven't played Orleans, love the other three, that's fair. You get your games fast, but maybe you're lucky. I mean, it depends on what you're trying to play, right? I'm always starting here, right? There's just no way I'm not. Well, yeah, I don't think there's any way I'm not. So Swarmblades, I think I'm over here too. If Swarmblades are over here, I don't actually prefer being at this hex. I prefer being at this hex and sending Swarmblades south. Also, this hex occasionally gets nomads, and I don't want that at all. And maybe I connect through the north this game. I don't have to connect, by the way. I don't necessarily care about fighting network against these factions. Yeah, I think it's here. I think it's also always here, but we'll see. Anyhow, Roland went right over. After we went off Darklings, he wound up on Nomads. Which is okay. It's just a very minor bummer. Because I agree, Nomads were good. I think Swarm Leads are good at this prep. Like, I don't totally know. These auctions are always a little tricky because I'm imagining a huge Leech party, but Swarm Leads are going D5 instead. Are they going to come over here? I guess, again, if they don't, I'm still pretty happy, but I have less early Leech, and then Roland could purposely deny me Leech, and then I'm less happy. But okay, we do have a party right up here. I think this is good. You think Darklings are very good here, but Swarms are starting higher than I love. Yeah, I mean, that's basically where I'm at too, right? Like, I'm actually not concerned about this Engineers player at all. They're the weaker player. I'm a little concerned about Nomads, but not that much. I think Swarm Leads are better than Nomads by a couple of points at least. And Darklings are just very good in this setup and color wheel traditionally. But we will see. We will see. Goes Spade and Nomads. That was expected. I'm expecting worker power here from Engineers. It is. I expect big building Swarm Lanes, and then I just take a Priest. I'm even happier to take big building. Okay, I get big building. Sure. Sign me up. I might just open Sanctuary in round 1 then. There's not a good reason I can't get enough Leech for a Sanctuary open. So we'll see what happens. Swarm is like 6 points better than Nomads, you think? Yeah, I tend to agree, but we'll see. Swarmblade sent Priest to water right away, so that's what they cared about. I don't care the slightest about that. I'm going to be very sad if Swarmblades choose to upgrade over here instead of next to me. That is going to be a big bummer, but we'll see what happens. Engie is 21. That might be too high. Do you think Engineers are good here? My traditional experience is Engineers are not that good, but it depends a lot on if they get early Leech or not. This depends a lot. Like, Nomads might decide they want, like, Nomads can potentially upgrade here now, but like, if Engineers don't get early Leech in this matchup, I don't know. I'm not that worried about them. So Fire 1 is probably what I'm supposed to grab, but Earth 2 is very tempting. Mostly because workers are quite good. You like no color name or double dig engineers quite a lot, regardless around one leech. I mean, I think that's fair. I don't like engineers are going to be good this game. How good is really the stretch, and to me, I'm not worried about. I mean, I'm also not worried about them because I don't think the greatest player is on them, but that's fine. So by not upgrading, I potentially tell Swarmlings to give me a little more leech. But I kind of need to upgrade because I haven't committed to what I'm doing yet. I don't know for sure what I'm doing. But if I upgrade here, Swarmlings kind of do have incentive to upgrade over here. Oh, this is messy. You would just lock in the workers action. I get the sanctuary. Oh, because nomads are upgraded. Okay, you're right. Yeah, that's fair. I can always take Earth 2, get 3 power, nomads give me power. Okay, yeah, I do have it regardless. Assuming nomads go temple, which I guess nomads don't have to, but yeah. I mean, Swarmlings eventually upgrade next to me anyhow, now that I think, okay, but they are upgraded next to me. Okay, I probably get the coins. I mean, somebody else could take the coins action, but the dream here is for me to get the coins action now. Nomads or Swarmlings can take it, and to be fair, there's quite a bit of leech in the game, so I might not hit the dream, but regardless, I'm getting plenty of early leech. I get to open Sanctuary. The remaining question is, do I go Fire 1? Do I go Fire 1, Earth 2, or am I taking Earth 1 in here? I kind of want to just aim for a round 3 Temple for Earth 1. And assume Swarmlings don't take it, or I just take Water 1 at that point. I mean, I don't know, I could be wrong, but if I upgrade here, I give my opponents more leech, which maybe tempts them to take power actions. Engineers do get a little leech there, so that was clever of them. I think this priest is like always going to Earth now. I don't think there's any way I don't send the priest to Earth. Whatever, I'll just upgrade. I'm gonna take Fire 1. I think I'm always taking Fire 1 in this kind of coin-starved game. Single spade from Swarmlings. Not super impressed by their opening, but I'm okay with it. Nomads probably does just take coins, although they might save for double dig, but Nomads are also getting a ton of leech in the early game. The fact the engineers did this and are upgrading next to Nomads is a big boon for Nomads. You agree Earth 1 is fantastic on Darklings? Earth 1 is good on Darklings. It's not that I don't want Earth 1. It's just I would like to get greedy and take Earth 1 in round 3. We get Fire 1 from Nomads, which suggests the coins action might come back around to me. I'm just sending Priest to Earth for the moment. And then we hope Swarmlings upgrades, and then hope the coins come to us. If the coins don't come to us, we still have Sanctuary in hand now, so. You would take Earth 1 in round 2 here, Swarms? I mean, look, that might happen, so there might not be a copy of Earth 1 left for me in round 3. So, am I okay with that? I don't have an answer for you yet. I'm a crazy guy that loves to just play econ like all the time, like a madman. I think Nomads are probably passing here for temp ship. They're going to beat me to the north. So actually that might tell me what I need to do here. Well, do I care? Well, let's see. Because Nomads also took Fire 1, right? Like, I mean, Nomads does take the coins to block me. Well, that's a little unfortunate. We don't quite hit the dream then, but... Okay, so team, I'm supposed to probably just take Earth 1 and be a happy guy, but gosh, I love me some high econ Darklings. But I'll just take Earth 1. I could just build a temple for Water 1 probably if things go well. I mean, things might not go that well, but risk it. I mean, honestly, the Earth 1 into Water 1 play is probably good enough here. The fact Nomad's got enough leech to take an early coins action and probably still get to pass for temp ship into double dig. Um, I am a pretty big fan of Nomad's start here too. I get to pass for the spade though, so that's fun. Or I can pass for a dribble of that, but I'm just building 2 dwellings. One of the fun things about Earth 2 is that probably would have let me build 1 more dwelling next round. But, you know, this is okay. The fact that the Nomads did take the coins, though, really does slow me down. The extra coins and the fact I don't have power for a coins action is going to keep me a little slow here, but this looks like a great 3-town, no connection, Earth 1, Water 1 Darklings. Agreed. That's very much what I'm likely to do. This Edgies player is being weirdly generous with leech offers. I mean, they're like trying to seek out leech, I think, but I agree. The Engineers player is being very friendly to others, and I think they're going to regret not building this up because I'm about to build next to them, right? Like, I'm going to build around them a lot, and they haven't upgraded at all over here yet. Think this is probably a mistake over upgrading this, but it's okay. Engineers winds up on that. That's fine. Swarmlings does get on big building tile for next round. So Swarmlings has every opportunity here to get Sanctuary down next round, which is pretty sweet. They also got another priest here. I like that a lot for Swarmlings. Yep, first priest there. I think I am going to send a priest to fire next round. I could just send another priest to earth is potentially a better option. I'll think about it, but good to see an interesting color wheel with unique faction. Hey, deranged. You've been slow, but I'm perfectly content iterating upon what's already exists. This is fine. Uh this is double dig from Nomads. It almost has to be. They're gonna take the well, they don't take this hex though, but they're gonna go north, yeah. So I agree. I mean, this looks like I'm trying to although where is my third town, right? So the only slightly tricky thing is my third town this game. I'm gonna need to figure out where it goes because I probably am like bridging for a northern town up here, and then other stuff has to happen elsewhere. You kind of like 3 dwelling with power to worker. Oh my god, I will never go power to worker here. Uh, I want coins way too badly. The real question is priest to worker. Is priest to worker okay? I don't think so though. I'm not doing that either likely. Um, This could have been an okay Air 2 game. Yeah, that's fair deranged. Maybe Air 2 over Fire 1, actually. Because yeah, I'm going to be a little leech, have slight leech problems until, well, engineers should come over and be friends soon. Anyhow, I think I'm always digging and building, digging and building. Am I sending a priest to a cult? I think I probably do just send another priest to Earth. It's good for a little more leech, and it's good for downstream coins. I don't think the Priest of Fire is ever going to amount to much. It's a couple of points down line, but I think I'd rather just move up Earth again. So I'm not worried about rushing that. So I'm going to do this. You like Priest to Earth? Yeah, I think Priest to Earth is the right call this round. I think I just build some dwellings. I think I Priest to Earth. think that's okay. Swarmlings here should take coins. Yep, Swarmlings. Swarmlings need one more worker in order to go Temple plus Sanctuary, but they have enough for a worker here. So Swarmlings should be getting out Sanctuary. Looks to be in a very nice spot with that Priest to Air already. Like, I probably should have paid more for Swarmlings too. Like, I really like what Swarmlings are up to. And I think Swarmlings started in a bad spot. I don't even think this is a good spot for Swarmlings to be. I would like Swarmlings. Wow, okay. Well, I'm definitely sending a Priest to Earth now if this is what the track looks like. The fact that Swarmlings are so far down this track extra incentivizes this, in my opinion, because Swarmlings are likely taking the 2-key town. So this, like, gives me a very good chance, I think, to just win the Earth track. How are Nomads getting wrecked? You think I'm winning by a pretty wide margin? I don't know if I'm winning by a wide margin. I think I'm having a good game. I mean, I had to bid a lot to be here, to be clear, but I bid a lot because my instincts were this color matchup's great. Wow, what happened here? Oh, so Engineers chose not to go Earth 2, so there is some pressure on favor tiles. So there's a decent chance I can't get Water 1 next round because there might be a Water 1 rush here. Or not a rush, but Swarmlings take Water 1, Air 1 here. Water 1 already got taken by Engineers. So it's Nomads and I fighting for Water 1, and based on how Roland has... Well, Roland hasn't done anything that... Well, Roland's game has largely been... Roland's kind of been making sure I don't get too much. But maybe it's... I don't know. We'll see. Roland's already building most of his dwellings without Earth 1, although it is late dwelling scoring. Whatever, we'll see. Anyhow, I build this dwelling here. What do I think of what engineers have done here? I dislike what engineers have achieved. The fact that engineers hadn't upgraded this, wow, and now they upgrade it. Well, okay. Hello, team. Who needed some leech to get some get juicy coins action? We did. Sign me up. Anyhow, yes, engineers have one worker income now that they did that. So I don't like what engineers have done at all. That's the answer. That was a terrible trading post. Prior to that, I think they were okay, but that trading post is really bad. We do get Water 1 there, that's fine. But anyhow, the trading post is like just, yeah, so bad. Just really bad. You think if he had gone Earth 2 trading post, that might have been okay, since next round he could have rushed Water 1? Yes, I think that's okay. Nomads choose to build a trading post, suggesting they are... I think I am going to get Water 1 blocked, which is a bit of a bummer. I don't see a great way around it, though. I really would like a coins action very bad, though, because I want to build a temple next round. This worker is actually pretty fantastic, because it allows me to build a dwelling after building a temple. I get to save all my priests for the digging round. So I think this is just convert a power to a coin, and then pass on to worker power coin. And then open with a coins action, and then just slow play our way into probably Air 1, although it's an early Air 1 that might not benefit me much. It might just be Earth 2 next round, actually. Maybe it's Fire 2, an early Fire 2? Because I'm going 3 towns somehow? Whatever, that's a next round decision. I think Temple next round is just worth it, so... Maybe with some crazy absurd luck that I don't understand yet, we'll somehow be blessed Water 1. But, I mean, Nomads I think kind of want Earth 1. But do Nomads actually take Earth 1 next round? I think they just take Water 1. Water 2 is always strong? I don't think so. Engineers need to watch the Zorus Ultimate Guide. Yeah, I mean, engineers need to watch some stuff. They're bridging, so they could still build this dwelling. Which means hilariously, engineers could take 2-key town before anybody else too. Swarm leads are really feeding engineers leech. I'll give them that. Swarm leads do just go water 1, air 1, very traditional. 20% of the time water 2 works. Yeah, I mean that's basically my issue here. I don't think water 2 actually makes any real sense. I think I probably eventually need to like ship and plan out my like third town somewhere up here in the north and not have a lot of neighbors and just require a lot of digs. Like the third town this game is a slight problem. Not getting these hexes is a bummer, but that's okay. It's and whatever. Again, it's okay. This is the definition of letting edges get away with it. You hate this D5 Swarm Leads so much. Yeah, I mean, I agree. The D5 Swarm Leads is really annoying. It's really shifting the game up. But whatever, it happens. But yeah, I mean, the D5 Swarm Leads is pretty bad, right? Like, Swarm Leads, if they were just, like, right here right now, and if they had sucked up, like, these hexes, like, that's fun. Being down here and starting here too, like Swarm Leads actually could have played an okay network game here too, with like getting these hexes into these and this. Like they can, like network is a lot harder to play from their position right now too. Now they got a bit more early leech, but they got so much early leech. Yeah, but oh well. You're also D5 Swarm Leads hater. Yeah, I mean I agree, but Swarm Leads dreaming their mermaids. Yeah, I mean, well, because yeah, the thing that sucks about D5 Swarm Leads too is right, you have to bridge now in order to get a town. Like, ugh, whatever. Like they will, but Swarm Leads are a temp ship too. That's fascinating. I don't know what their plan is, but they'll figure whatever. They're their own game. They'll figure it out. I take a coins action in a heartbeat here. Nomads have a lot of resources. Nomads might even. It looks pretty wrong, but Nomads technically could go water 1 into earth 1 temples. Like they could build multiple. They could end this round at 3 temples. I doubt that's what we're going to see happen, but I am just going to build a temple, and it probably is here, so I'm probably going to help bail out our engineer friend a bit more, but Nomads scoop that priest of fire, makes sense. I mean, Nomads, I think Nomads are just always taking water 1 here, although earth 1 still makes a good amount of sense for Nomads. They're going to probably get like to 15 network, which means Earth 1 is still 16 points. The only problem is, like, are Swarm Leads going to build a temple this round for Earth 1? Actually, why would Swarm Leads could build a temple for Earth 1 and then just build a dwelling? In which case, I mean, Nomads might be... Maybe Nomads do pick Earth? Well, I mean, I might get... I'm not getting Water 1. You love Earth 1 Swarms here? Yeah, I think Earth 1 Swarm Leads is totally fine here. Like, I think Swarm Leads taking Earth 1 actually makes a good amount of sense. But unfortunately, they're on temp ship and they choose to double dig, which means they are not building another temple, so our dreams are dead on that front. It also suggests to me, yeah, unfortunately, I think Nomads then are just going to take Water 1 because they're just going to get a late Earth 1. So I think I like Nomads' game a lot. I still like my game a lot too, but getting Water 1 blocked is definitely a bummer. I probably should just suck it up and take Air 1, but it's going to be, like, Air 1's not going to pay off for a while, but it's whatever. Anyhow, I really have no great choices. It's just upgrade here. Was this 2-key town? Oh, it was 2-key town. Well, that's not very good for engineers, but it makes Swarm Leads' life probably a bit harder, and I'm a fan of that. I don't know. Whatever. You don't think it's that bad? I think the engineer's 2-key is actually reasonable. The big issue for engineers is that, holy crap, has he like delayed expansion? But I mean, I guess the game is telling you to dig and expand late. The cult rewards are not incredible, but I mean, 2-key town against Darklands is always good. Like, I'm not going to contest any of these cults. The one advantage to going Earth 2 here is just the fact I probably will win Earth. Like, I could actually lock out Earth if I go Earth 2 on the temple, but was this Water 1 from Nomads? Yeah, it was. So Nomads go Water 1. Again, I'm really sad that Swarmlings aren't blocking Nomads from Earth 1. I think Nomads getting away with Earth 1, Water 1. Oof. We get another Temple from Engineers. I mean, this is probably Earth 2 on Engineers. I'm going to accept power, though. It's early. Like, this has to be worth it. But, yeah, it is Earth 2 Engineers. So, I'm a little more tempted to go Earth 2 myself. But I don't know if I really want to fight the cult like that. I can just take Air 1. Our plan next round is not necessarily a bunch of TPs. Our plan next round also involves digging, right? It's digging round, but I don't super need to build dwellings, I agree. But I probably can build like one trading post next round, at least. And I might be able to build 2 trading posts next round, depending. So I think it is just take Air 1. But I don't feel great about it. But I don't really need Earth 2. I don't think 2 trading posts works well next round, right? I don't have enough workers. Unless I get to pass on to big building. That does change things. If I get to pass on to big building, then sure, I can build 2... Well, or I can take a worker town. I build 2 trading posts, take a worker town or something in there. Part of the problem is I kind of want to, ship next round? I mean, I need to get down a new spot for... I need to get over to a spot for my 3rd town also, it looks like. We're passing next action? What? I'm building a dwelling. I'm not building this dwelling. I didn't come this far not to build this dwelling. Sure, the pastile has 2 workers on it, but it's too, like, I don't know. There's other pastiles that are totally fine here for me. This is what I do. I play economy. I don't care. I am content with quite a few of these pastiles. Yes, it's 4 points. You know what's also 4 points? Just a priest. Like, meh. My Air 1 scores next round, and it's a temple round. Hey, look at that team. We got everything anyhow, too. This is why sometimes you play greedy. Now we take that tile. Or, I mean, I could take this tile. Because, wait a sec. Like, is there a world where I just want to take another coins action and I actually want to ship next round? Shipping next round gets me to 3rd town territory, more likely. It does cost me a dig, but how else am I getting anywhere without advancing ship? I mean, the workers are maybe more important because I still just advance ship, but God, this gets me another coins action. Then I take a worker town. Ship town is the alternative, you're right. I take the... Well, but that... See, I just get a coins action. I think it's this and a coins action. I think this is just better for me. I'm just going to build 1 trading post, 2 dwellings, possibly a worker town, so I can build another trading post, but honestly, it might. And then the real question is, where does the 3rd town go, though? Is the 3rd town in here? I can almost always, like... I could probably beat engineers to enough of these hexes. This is tough. Big building the ship town is fine, but because the workers are good here. I still do need workers. Ship town seems a little better. You think the third town is in the north instead. Oh, swarm leads are going to be kind of up over here. God, this is a mess. I mean, I'm taking a worker town or a ship town. If I take a worker town, that's a couple, it's basically the same points. This gets me a coins action, though. Isn't that just better long term? I mean, I guess I have a lot of coins coming, which really makes me want to build a lot of workers. Like, ugh. Team. That's what I have to say. I'm going to take this one. I really don't know if it's right. Coins might not be my limiting resource long term, I agree. But I can just take a worker town. Oh. We could take this hex, yeah. We could. Earth 2 might have fixed things. Yeah, Earth 2 actually could have been good here. Big building hurts swarms, there's that. I mean, look, I don't know. Ultimately, I'm just going to open next round with... I'm going to open next round with coins. I'm going to see what happens. I do eventually need to think about bridging. Like, ultimately, my game is so on track with just tons of points, it's probably okay. But taking to the green hex could lead to a donut town. It could. The one issue I don't like about the green hex is I really... Like, do I want a 2-ship next round? I mean, I could afford to, but do I want a 2-ship? Ew. Yeah, so that's really the question, right? Like, if I'm willing to 2-ship... Then taking the green hex, I think, is more reasonable because I still get up here. And I guess I get here. Oh, wait a sec. Interesting. You think NGs are opening double dig next round? They do have 1 ship. Yeah, engineers are very likely to take these. And I'm first, actually, I'm taking the coins. But maybe it is 2 shipping next round. I don't hate 2 shipping. 2 shipping might mean that I'm giving up on a 3rd town, and instead I'm trying to still fight network. Is it right for me to fight network this game, though, against engineers and nomads that don't have color neighbors? Nomads did go 3 temple, by the way. Holy smokes, I did call that. They did try it. I mean, they have enough coins. Yikes, that's wild. Yeah, I think that's the issue, right? Like, even if I connect, it's probably just 6 points, and I think I just get 6 points anyhow. It's going to be hard to get more than 6 network, I agree. I just, like, engineers are just going to get to 15 or 16 network. Nomads are likely to get to 15 network as well. Well, our Nomads might have a slight issue with 15 network, although it would involve me hitting some of their yellows, which I haven't. Yeah, Nomad's economy is probably too good, and they're running Earth 1, Water 1 now. I think we go back to the original plan. I open coins, I advance ship once, I do like this hex probably, and then advance into these northern hexes. I think that's what I do, but you'd like to rescind your comment about us winning by a lot? Yeah, how shocking. Who would have ever bet we were not winning by a lot? Do I think we're still on track? Sure, but I mean, admittedly, the Water 1 stuff was a little bummer, right? Like, Water 1 would have been better. Although, this Air 1 isn't going to be that much worse than Water 1. So, it's like a 3-point difference. But with that said, I'd like to be clear. We do have a crap ton of points coming still. There's a lot of points coming for us. Oh, engineers took the big building tile for us, by the way, team. You think we're okay, but Nomads is winning period? Yeah, I mean, that's probable, right? I think I agree with that. Nomads are getting possibly 3 towns and good network, and they're doing okay on cults, and their economy is running just fine. So yeah, no, I agree. I like Nomad's game a lot, and they're onto the dwelling tile here. Seems good. But we'll do what we can. I'm just taking coins. Admittedly, I have a lot of coins now, but it's okay. A lot of coins are good. A lot of coins let you do things. You just saw the Sanctuary after round 1 and assumed it was a win? Well, see, so this is a classic argument I make all the time, right? People pay too much to try to get Darklead Sanctuary opens, and they're good, but they don't... they're far from guaranteed wins. So, yeah. The scoring tiles definitely broke well for Nomads. I think the one thing that still is like really good, right? Nomads just got the late Earth one. If Swarmlings had just taken Earth 1 last round, I think I'd like Swarmlings' game quite a bit more, and I would... yeah, but that's not what we have, so whatever, it's fine. I'm going to score a good amount this round still. I do have points rolling in, but see how it goes long term. Sanctuary round 1 is very normal against the... Yeah, I mean, Sanctuary round 1's pretty regular in this color matchup. That's part of why Darklings can be strong, but it's not... It wasn't that normal. I think very, very normal is a big stretch here, because, like, there was a good chance I was not going to start on the right pass tile to achieve it, right? Like, I got big building, which is pretty lucky. Swarmblades starting next to me is not a given either. That's fair. Yeah, Swarmblades did not have to give me Leech, although I thought it was pretty likely here. I think I'm always just going to the north here. Yeah, let's just start with this. Engineers is giving us some more 2-for-1s. I very gladly accept 2-for-1 leeches. Swarmblades take the bridge, get a town. Probably is a 1-step cult town, yep. Swarmblades can advance digs. I'd do quite a bit of digging this round. Like, their game's still... Like, I am... Again, I know Darklings are very good at this matchup, but I'm still happy enough with what I'm doing. But yikes, do I do just regret a little that I paid as much for them. It's so hard to know how much to pay for Darklings in this color matchup, but I would have been pretty thrilled with Swarmlings. I probably should have bid them a little more, but oh well. Here, I think I do this and take a worker town. No real rush on that. Probably advance ship first and then take this hex. Swarmlings have a good number of points. I mean, yes, correct. Swarmlings can advance digs here for another 12, and then they can dig a couple of times. It's pretty good. Wow, stronghold. Okay. Engineers are doing all sorts of things I would not expect, but I'm pretty thrilled to be getting a couple 2-for-1s because I was not sure how I was eventually going to afford this bridge, but I have answers on that now. Engineers Network looks really precarious to me. The fact they just have not built out worker income just concerns me greatly for their future, but it's okay. Swarmleads are advancing dig. Yeah, I really like this from Swarmleads. Swarmleads being able to like dig and build this round looks great. Nomads are getting a town. Good stuff from Nomads. They also take one of the cult towns. That's fine. The cult fights are too much. I might eventually take an Earth 3, I guess, just for the 4 points, but we'll see. It does look like engineers are going to wind up passing pretty soon. Who's going to get their tile? I don't know. I'd love Nomad's tile. How many actions does Nomads have? Not a lot, so I think I do. Just get some digging out of the way here real fast. I'm going to build on this hex. One of my slight issues is that I don't have any good neighbors for trading posts. One of the upsides is I have enough coins that I could probably just pay for an expensive trading post, but yeah, I'm not really getting neighbors where I want them, but with any luck, Swarmleads is going to choose to like dig. Actually, what I would love to see, I would love to see Swarmleads cut Nomads off like right here, just so Nomads don't get a future big town. I guess Nomads are never going to get a town here at least, so that should be good. Swarmleads do have troubles with future points. That's a great point. Swarmleads are gonna like exhaust all of their points here and then be left with trouble. So that is a strong point actually. Nomad's just closing out fire, makes sense. I think I do just take a worker town here. The other option is I just take a priest town and then just do digs. How many workers do I make? After I do this, I make 5 workers. Maybe it's just priest town, right? And just do another dig this round. I think I'm getting Nomad's pass tile. And then I have enough coins, I don't really need to build trading posts next round. Like maybe I build 1. I'll have 5 workers. That allows me to build like 1 trading post, 3 dwellings. It's not great, but I'm gonna have 4 dwellings to build next round. I could just build all dwellings next round. This is probably just a priest town. This is a 13-point town. Like, are these possibly 6-point workers? There's no way, right? There's just no way. Oh, I mean, engineers are still totally fine this game, I think, right? Like, nobody's messing with their hexes currently. And they're going to get a ton of Earth 1 points, and they still can build a lot of stuff. But how many can they build? Like, I guess they can ship and get an Earth 2, but... So, slight sadness, team. Swarmleads are possibly taking this hex. I guess they're going to take this one, but I really wanted them to see... I would rather have watched them take this and this, I think, just because I don't love the fact that Nomads have... And I guess Nomads are not going to get a town through here. And engineers are going to lose this one, at least, it looks like. Nomads pass. Swarmleads probably want to dig. The dwelling tile's not that good for Swarmleads, and the problem is I need to dig here. I think I just turn this black, and then I build on it next round. And then I just bridge this way. I hope engineers eventually are my neighbors, which seems pretty likely. Nomads are nowhere near. You would not have built there, Swarmleads? I agree. I don't like the build, right? That's -4 track points for them for a work recon. Yeah, that's a good point too, actually, right? The build is just wrong. There's no need to build here for them, really. Well, although their worker economy is absolutely trashed if they... Well, whatever. Anyhow, I have to do these digs. These digs are so many points here. So, I mean, I at least got up to 60 at the end of this round, but the fact that Nomads already have a points lead on me does not feel good. Oh, Swarmleads had an upgrade, so that's fair. So I do get to pass onto a great pass tile at least. I should be able to just get a bridge next round too, which is nice. But yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. I have 4 dwellings to build this next round. It's probably build this hex, this hex, this hex, this hex, and then this hex is kind of floating, and hopefully Engineers doesn't take it. I don't love that. I guess I could turn this, I could turn it yellow. I have 1, 2, 3 digs. Yeah, okay, I'm probably fine. But yeah, I mean, this is gonna be a fine Darklings game, but it's not gonna. It's probably not a winning Darklings game. The real question is how many elo points am I losing, and I don't have an answer to that front yet, which is the scary one. That's the scary part, to be honest. Engineers taking the red would be absurd. Yeah, look, I think so. Well, I guess that's true, especially when Engineers haven't not secured this yet. Engineers can use a lot of their priests as workers this round. That'll be good for them at least. Anyhow, whatever. I think I just build over here. I don't actually know what priorities are. I guess one other option is I could go here and then try to set up town. That's a lot more digs. I'm gonna do this, and then, or do I just take the bridge? I just take a bridge here, right? I need this bridge. I don't think anybody else needs a bridge, but like Engineers have a stronghold up. Oh, Swarmleads, no, Swarmleads don't have a ship. Okay, this hex is safe. I just do this. Nobody can touch this hex, and I need this bridge. There we go. Solve that. Curious why I didn't take the blue next to Nomads to bridge directly north for a neighbor. It's mostly because I feel like Nomads were in the lead, and I'd rather take Nomads yellow hex. I think hurting Nomads yellow hex is better. I have so many coins, and I think Engineers eventually come to be my neighbor anyhow. Even if they don't, I think I'm always just taking Fire 2, so at worst, I paid 3 coins to take away Nomad's Hex. I think I'm willing to make that trade. I mean, now, do Nomads really need hexes? I don't know. But maybe. I mean, Nomads only have 2 more hexes, naturally, so they need some digs. There's no digs on the cult track. Meh, I'm okay with that. I did. New question. Engineers dug this, which makes sense. And they take a worker town, which makes sense. But do I even want 3 for 2 leeches anymore? I think I don't, right? I'm not making enough points for leech to be worth it. I'm like, that's not going to do me anything. So the Swarms network thing is a good point. That's fair. Swarmleads are advancing ship right now, and they can try to connect. So, yeah, you're right about that. I mean, my network's gonna be pretty good though, right? Like, are Swarmleads, even if they try to ship and build stuff, are they even going to? I mean, they could probably beat my network. Maybe. It's not clear to me Swarmleads even beat my network, but. You don't like that red from Engies? They had a hex with 2 bridge spots. Oh yeah, that makes sense actually, right. They Engineers should have taken this and then started bridging, although Engineers can't afford to bridge, can they? Not this round, at least. In the future, I guess they can, but engineers already can bridge here and here once they advance stuff, though. They're probably okay, but nomads are starting to ship. Nomads are at ship 2, so they could come to this hex. The question is, do I spend a spade to cut them off this hex? Nomads are just winning this game anyhow, probably. I don't have infinite digs here. I'm gonna just take this hex next. I think hurting nomads is worth it too, the more I looked at it, but I don't super think I can afford to try to get in digging games here, because the other part of the problem is next round, I need to be able to build dwellings next round, even after I build trading posts, just because there's so many points, right? In which case, by the way, I'm going to have slight worker issues, I think, which is kind of obnoxious, but nomads build, which was very predictable. It's fine. I'm going to accept that. I think I am actually going to build here. I eventually want this hex anyhow, and this hex, there's really no priority to building on this hex. So I think I go here because I can get a little leech, scare some opponents, have neighbors here. Do we priest a worker here to build 2 more dwellings and a trading post? My instincts are to not, but maybe. Probably not, though. Probably not. What did Swarmlings take, by the way? Was that a ship town? Yeah, ship town for Swarmlings. And Swarmlings do connect, so there was really no way to stopping that. But yeah, I might not even get network points this game, and Swarmlings are going to be at Swarmlings are gonna be like 110 after passing already, so that doesn't look good. I might have like last year, which is actually mildly nonsense. Earth 2 intensifies. Yeah, Earth 2 would have been good. I will keep taking 2 for 1s here. I could use power for workers now, but I don't know if I'll do that either. But yeah, this does not look good, Tim. This does not look good enough, I don't think. Maybe I'm panicking too much. I do have a lot of points still flowing myself, but yikes, yikes, yikes. Don't think it's enough. Don't think it's like the 140 I would need to end at or more. I don't think it's quite there, but we'll see. The workers action would be pretty awesome. Yeah, a workers action would be, but am I getting any more leech? I guess Swarmlings could. No, Swarmlings can't afford to build next to me, so I don't think I'm getting more leech. Don't think that's happening. I might just be passing here as what might be happening. Could just pass for 2 coins and a priest. I don't love that, but what else am I up to? Yeah, I think it's just pass here. I really have enough coins to like do everything next round. If I pass here too, Swarmlings are likely to pass onto the dwelling tile. So I mean, no, Swarmlings aren't going to get a ton of benefit out of the dwelling tile at least, because they're not going to build that many dwellings. Yeah, they're going to build an annoying number though. That's for sure. The only other thing I could do is I could still just dig this to yellow. But what does this get me? I don't think this helps me. Swarmlings pass, and then like engineers might pass, and then I'm just giving my dwelling tile to nomads instead. That just sounds worse. You think I'd rather have the blue? Oh, I'd rather have these hexes? Yeah, I would rather have these hexes. Yeah, that's true. I would actually much rather have these hexes. But I also, just to be clear, have no dwellings, right? So like the start of my next round might need to be trading post fire to, well, trading post, and then I can take a dwelling, and then, or I could trading post here, trading post, dwelling, and just assume engineers aren't going here. Okay, engineers definitely aren't taking this hex. Engineers are going for a third town, which is always a mistake for as engineers, or almost always. Engineers should have been trying to get to this hex and for like network. I really don't like what engineers are up to, but I'm thrilled that somebody's up to things I don't like, because I'm still nervous about this game. Maybe I shouldn't be that nervous. I mean, I'm at 88, but 110 from Swarmlings. Like, Swarmlings are going to be at 125 plus actually a decent network because engineers are doing terrible. Well, yeah, the fact that I'm not playing network this game looks a little messy because I think engineers have really mucked up their network game. I think engineers have mucked up their whole game. The fact that engineers built this stronghold and haven't been able to build out more trading posts and dwellings when they have Earth 1, Water 1, and should be playing the track and network is it's pretty awful. But I mean, look, people make mistakes, but engineers has definitely misplayed this game. Nomads has just piles of resources. Looks like they do want to build their sanctuary here, though. Presumably, they want to go sanctuary for Air 1. Yeah, I mean, that looks pretty strong for nomads before passing. Although nomads are debating taking the ship tile instead of going for the sanctuary. You gotta go sanctuary Air 1 here as nomads, right? That's just like a no-brainer. You think engineers could have been winning? Yes, I agree. I think engineers could have been winning. I think this stronghold is just like a big distraction. If engineers didn't stronghold here, instead focused on, wow, we get a stronghold instead of the sanctuary for Air 1. I mean, the stronghold does help Nomad get a few more hexes, and he does have some slight hex issues, but that cost a lot of coins. And it doesn't give him a lot of Air 1 points. And it took a trading post off the board that are providing him coins. Wow, I don't think I would have done that either. But I don't know how good or bad it actually was. But I think I keep taking 2-for-1s. My instincts are, even in this position, 2-for-1s usually pay off somehow. But that's very interesting from Nomads. I agree. This seems very wrong. Like, just go Air 1, right? I mean, Nomads are out of hexes, so the only upshot I can say is the fact that I took at least a hex away from them. I really probably should have dug this hex to annoy them, because maybe their game's not as good as I thought. They're really struggling for hexes, but the thing that I'm really sad about is that maybe I should have gone for the 2 shipping. Like, maybe I should have tried to ship for connection earlier, because, like, networks this game are not what I guess Nomad's network is still potentially gonna get like 16, so it's possible Nomads want Fire 2 for a 3rd town in the west. No way. Nomads are not making a 3rd town. I mean, technically they could, but like they're not making a 3rd town. They have to go Coin Town here, which also feels bad in my opinion, but I guess they have to, but I do not know about that sequence. Engineers do take shipping tiles, so Nomads are getting blocked on that too, which is the other bummer. If Nomads went Sanctuary for Air 1, they could have passed onto the ship tile in between. But I mean, Nomads are at a ton of points too. Everybody has. I'm pretty sure I'm not 4th. I think I'm ahead of Engineers, although I mean, Engineers are going to get another town and a couple more dwellings, and they do have ship scoring, and they have network and some good cults. I have a lot of points though too, right? I have 2 towns, 2 to 3 dwellings. Should be pretty good too. I really don't think I need these coins. I want to build like trading post, temple, Fire 2, dwelling. That's 15 coins. Maybe I build another temple just for Earth 3 here. Which means I need like workers more than anything. I could take a workers action to start, but you think taking the workers might be good? Yeah. You think everybody else needs coins? I don't really think so, right? Like Swarmlings doesn't need coins here. Swarmlings, like if anything, Swarmlings are also in the boat of wanting workers to build 1, 2, 3, 4 dwellings. Swarmlings do kind of want this hex, so that's gonna be a slight bummer. But I think I do just take workers here. I think that's what I need more than anything. Taking a priest also, or like digging and then taking a priest wouldn't have been awful, but I think this is what I have to do. Nomads missed converting their priest to worker at the end of that round. Yeah, it's a slight pain. You think it's a random, the workers were a random guess for you? That's fair. I think the workers are good for me here, actually, though. I really do. Swarmlings does just build next to me right away, which fairly predictable, mildly annoying, but it's not that big a deal. The coins fall to engineers, though. I mean, that's a little annoying. Although engineers wanted to like dig for their town, right? Like, how are engineers going to make a town now? I don't. Whatever. Seems clear that Swarmlings want workers. Yeah, I mean, I think Swarmlings definitely wanted workers. I mean, they could use their priests as workers, but anyhow, I go trading post. And then I probably do just take this hex. I can town off of this or this, and nobody should. Well, Nomads might want this one, but engineers should not want this at all. Engineers have way too many other issues, so I should be okay. I mean, Swarmlings, I guess, have advanced digs and 3 ship. They could. They don't have enough stuff. They also don't have enough stuff to mess with me, though. Swarmlings just want to build lots of dwellings here to make sure they beat me on network. And just they don't have a lot else to score. They're also sending priests to cults. That makes sense. They want to win the air track. Yeah, so I mean, I'm going to take this dwellings, but I got what? I got 10 points of digs coming. I got 8 points of dwellings, 18, 21 towns, which 32, and let's say we don't get our preference, 39 points. I mean, that gets like to 130 loosely. Not quite, but roughly 130. And then not much for cults, not much for network. I mean, yeah, the problem is it's just not going to be quite enough. It's a good Darklings game. It's just not going to be. I just don't think it's good enough. There's no Fire 2 pressure. There still is this slight Earth 3 concern. Although, wait, no, there is not. Engineer's only way to take Earth 3 is off of a Sanctuary. And that just looks like suicide. Which, I mean, maybe they're probably not against, but I'm going to assume that doesn't happen. Gonna build this guy. It is looking kind of like an expensive trading post over here. I don't want to. I was really hoping engineers would come on over. I think they eventually should, but I don't know what they keep. Well, they built a dwelling. Okay, that's fine. But I would hope they're going to advance ship and come next to me, but I'm not totally sure I can wait them out. I guess I can slowly dig this, but it's really risky because Swarmlings, if they're smart, can counter dig me. So I think I kind of just go Fire 2, and then I just build an expensive trading post if I have to. And then over here I just dig, and I have a town through here. Engineers are going to hard dig. Do engineers even have a clear plan on how they're going to make this town? It does seem clear engineers are not going to be my friends, so that's a bummer. But whatever. I said I have enough coins. I can afford an expensive trading post. It's really not going to kill me, but it's definitely a bummer. Nomads are trying to get over here. I would love to watch Swarmlings meddle with one of their hexes, but maybe it doesn't make much sense. But I will say Nomads have a good game, but points-wise, they actually are struggling a bit, right? They're not on a pass tile. They don't have Air 1. They hypothetically are at least building trading post, and 3 dwellings. That's 12 points, 18 points. I mean, they have a lot of resources. They get to 110, maybe a little more, and then network and some cult. I mean, maybe, I don't know where I am here, I guess. You understand Edgy's instincts to take the coins, but they needed single dig. I mean, engineers, yeah. I mean, ultimately, I'm probably saying too much about the weakest player at the table. He's ultimately just... He's learning, and we were all there, so... But I think he's been doing a lot. Whoa! This is bold. Okay, Nomad's not doing it. I'm like, wait, Nomads are not going to build that hex? That would be very risky, because Swarmlings totally could just hit it. But now Nomads are going to give themselves an outside shot at another town. And it's not just an outside shot. Who's actually going to stop them? So that's that I am not thrilled to see, actually, because, yeah, I think Nomads could wind up getting this town. Swarmlings don't... Swarmlings should just build this hex, is my opinion. Swarmlings are very much in this game with Nomads. And Swarmlings have an extra worker that they could dig and build with very willingly. So we'll see what happens. I said I need to just go Fire 2. The whole coin situation is the temple to close out the Earth track is looking a little expensive. I guess I really only need a priest to close out the Earth track, though. Well, maybe not. Look, team, who knows what engineers are actually up to? I mean, engineers wants to... What do they want to do? They want to build a dwelling, a trading post, and then they're hoping to get single dig? Or they're hoping to get bridge? I mean, engineers needs leech, I guess, is what it comes down to. And I don't intend to give it to him. But... You think Komodo is whether to make a temple or not? He forfeits the final TP. Oh, yeah, Komodo can't build that. But the trading post, well, Fire 3 trading post is pretty good. You think you'd actually just build dwellings if you're Swarmlings? I mean, the fact that engineers have made their network so crummy. Well, engineers have to advance ship. Never mind. So engineers' network is still coming somewhere. Komodo does just go Fire 3 off of a temple, so... I mean, he can still build a dwelling, but it does look like Nomads is going to get away with this, which is unfortunate. Nomads making another town is gross. I can at least take the high VP towns away, though. I can get both the high VP towns, so that's, I think, has to be my goal. Engineers continues to just do their thing, but yeah, I have to just expensive trading post though. Again, I'm not a fan of that, but I have no way around this, and whatever. I said I have enough coins. I was hopeful for friends. No friends came. Nomads is not close to a town. Engineers can't possibly town in one action. Swarmleads have no towns. So yeah, I should just get both these towns. I'm just gonna take a priest town first. Then I'm just gonna build this. And then I probably just build trading post dwelling. Is that even worth it? I don't know what I'm gonna do to finish things off. Maybe trading post dwelling is worth it just for network considerations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 network. Swarmleads are also likely going to be 11 network here. Yeah, I mean, I guess I need to trading post dwelling. Yeah, such an interesting game overall. Swarmleads does just build another dwelling. Sadly, did have a worker to cut off Nomad's town. I think this is a mistake. I mean, it costs Swarmleads a point, but yikes, cutting off their town seems totally worth it. Nomads are definitely going to get to 16 network here and 2 more dwellings. Yeah, this is gross. Well, wait, Swarmleads can still dig this brown. Nomads just used their... Yeah, I mean, Swarmleads can at least make that another dig, which does cost them their town. So we'll see if Komodo Dragon does what I want him to. But I do think there's some errors happening from some of my opponents in terms of, yeah, what they should be focusing on. But oh well. I can't control everything. I can just do my game. You think Sanctuary Fire 2 is fine here? Oh, Nomads still have their Sanctuary. Duh, 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 of course. Okay, they don't need that Hex. Duh, okay. I forgot that Nomads still have the Sanctuary left. Okay, so Swarmleads couldn't stop it. Okay, duh. Yeah, they did not. That was the advantage of not building their Sanctuary. Okay. Alright, I'm caught up, team. I'm caught up. That was all okay. I at least take the 11-point town away from Nomads, though. But yeah, I mean, Nomads are still going to get another town. I mean, they might not get another... They might not be able to build trading post dwelling like I thought, though, which... As Komodo, I think I still would dig this Hex, because otherwise Nomads can go trading post and single dig a dwelling, which is just better than Sanctuary. Okay, but Komodo can slow play it here. Komodo's at 119... 123, 127, network, 130, 138, 142, 150. I mean, 150 is a problem for me. I get to 131, 134, and then like 140. So, I mean, yeah. Loki's quiet. Well, it's kind of earlier afternoon, but yeah, he's just being a chill bud in the background, just sleeping. Engineers paid for an expensive trading post. I don't know why I didn't think about that, but then engineers took the last ship town in order to make their town and connect. Yeah, so engineers might still beat me too, which, oh, that's gonna suck. 21 points for engineers, 127, 128. 132, 134, 136, like 142. Okay, I definitely need to win Earth against engineers. So I need to actually not use this priest to dig, and I do need to send the priest to Earth. And then I need to use these resources to just trading post and dwell in, because tie-in swarms on network is worth it. Giving engineers leech is actually not a goal here either, but I don't have Well, here, engineers shouldn't accept this leech. Yeah. Still, I think I end this game at 140, and engineers are dangerously close to 140 still. Swarmlings are in 150. The real question is, where do nomads get to? Nomads are still going for this town. Komodo Dragon can cut this town off. Oh, Swarmlings can still Sanctuary, though. So, or nomads can just Sanctuary for Air 1 instead of the Dwelling. I think I would still dig this. It costs nomads points, but I'm not sure Komodo will. Komodo chooses not to and takes a priest. I mean, I don't get that move. Nomads is just gonna single dig, build a dwelling, take a worker town, and then like advance digs. Ugh. Defend air cult from Sanctuary Air 3. That's why you like it. Okay, you're worried about Sanctuary Air 3 from Nomads. Okay, maybe that's what's happening, because that's what Roland does here. I really don't think this is good from Roland. I think the Sanctuary is a big mistake here, right? Just single dig. Single dig and put down a 4-point dwelling, and then advance digs. That's a way better sequence than this Sanctuary, but whatever. Again, I'm not in charge of my opponents. It just makes me sad watching my opponents do moves that I think are not great and wishing that I had just been to be in their shoes. Now, would I have played the game exactly where they got to? Maybe not. Nomads, unfortunately... Oh, they're taking Earth 3. That makes a lot of sense. Though that's really annoying. I mean, I definitely have to Priest to Earth. I guess that helps me avoid 4th here, but I'm definitely taking 3rd this game. But surprised Engie didn't take that 4 for 3 and build another dwelling from that. It was a 4-point dwelling, and Nomads on network if Swarms forced them to Sanctuary. Oh, interesting. You're right. Maybe I shouldn't have given Engineers that option, actually. Because, yeah, Engineers can build this now. You're right. Engineers should have taken that leech. Ew, I should not have offered them that much leech. I was worried about giving them a free resource point, but I should have just given them a free leech. All sorts of sloppiness here at the end of the game. Not my sharpest performance. I'm going to fall a little from this one, which is okay. I mean, that happens. I paid a lot for Darklings, and I said I kind of wanted to bid Swarmlings and Nomads, but my instincts were that Darklings in this matchup can be too good. And Darklings in this matchup are very good, but letting Engineers hurt Nomads seems like a reasonable trade-off. Yeah. That's actually a good point. Well, again, except it's not a great point because Engineers, again, are annoyingly close to me this game. They're at 130, 132, 136, 138, 140. I'm at 129, 132, 138 plus network 141. Engineers are already actually tying me, right? Because they have a resource point. Like, I might be tied for last this game. Like, blech. Also, Swarmlings are only going to be at like 142 at the end of this. Oh, wait, no, they're passing for a lot more. They're still at 150. I forgot their pass points when I was just adding up. Yeah, they're 150. Nomad still gets a dwelling down. Oh, yeah, but Nomad's... Oh, okay, so that's why Nomads went Sanctuary. Nomads still built the dwelling even after Sanctuary. Yeah, Nomads have only a temple left. God, that's crazy. What a crazy Nomads game. Anyhow, I have to send Priest to Earth here then. Nomads have no way to retaliate. It's a huge shift in points compared to just digging, but it's not enough. You're sad about Earth 2 right now? Yeah, it does seem like Earth 2 was just better. This was a 7-point thing, but I really kind of needed more workers this game. So yeah, the Air 2 grab was wrong. I should have just gone more economy. Earth 2 would have been better. I would have had 2 more coins, I would have had more workers, a little more power, and I would have had an easier time just closing the cult, which I talked about wanting to do and that I just never did, which is classic me too. But yeah, Earth 2 just would have been better. I was hoping to get 6 easy network points this game, and unfortunately Swarmlings did go expansion-y. I mean, if Swarmlings take Earth 1 away from Nomads, that's a big shift in the game. Like, although Swarmlings probably just won. Will I play another? Maybe. I'm still on the edge of how much I want to compete this arena season. I'm still close enough to the top, but I'm really concerned about the fact I just took a shared 4th. Right? I'm pretty sure I have a tie for 4th here, so I might just accept that means my arena run's half done. Like, ugh, it's a lot of games to play to make that up and then still climb, but it's possible. This is a pretty close game all around, I think. Like, it's not that close, but it's not like that far away. No, it's going to be 155, 150, 141s, something like that. I mean, how many channel points for another? That's a good question. Just win every game. I mean, winning every game was the dream. I've had a good run in general, but oh hey, it looks like did I do the engineers math wrong? Oh no, I did not. Engineers are going to be 141 after resources. Yeah, I'm going to be tied with them. That sucks. Sucks a lot. It is. It's 155 to 150 to tied 141s. Ugh, blah, blah team. Did just pay too much for Dark Lanes. Although, yeah, I mean, there were still ways this game went even better for me, right? Like, there weren't that many ways it goes better for me. I get coins in round 1 is really the main way, and then I get a few more network points, and I should have just won the Earth Cult. But yeah, see, team, this is what I'm talking about. Like, do I want to compete in the arena season when any like 4th place game, even when it's a tied for 4th, just kills you? I don't know. It's very painful. I can delete my comments about engineers game. Yeah. Let's just call this a warm-up game. Look, I don't know. Oh, I have not taken a 4th in a while, team. It's very painful. Very painful. My opponents were nice and fast, at least. I mean, I was the slow one, as always, when streaming, but I ended up taking an early workers action, got a couple coins in the game. Nomads just have such a sweet breakdown here. Just one double dig, got to take a couple coins actions, and managed to just build 16 networks still. It's just pretty nuts. Leech was pretty even this game. Everybody actually wound up with good leech throughout. And then, yeah, I mean, I hit the rounds well. Getting water 1 blocked was maybe a little unlucky. That's pretty painful. Technically, it's a tie for 3rd. Whatever, it's a tie for last. Bonus cards were fine for me. I got very high VP towns, and I got to do a lot of digs. I mean, I made a lot of points. I just shouldn't have paid as much. I mean, my other opponents made a lot of points too, which is kind of the concern. Like, 135 here for Swarmlings when the track was a bit iffy. It was a concern of mine. The past tiles did go pretty well for them. I still wonder what happens if Swarmlings just takes Earth 1 too, right? Like, that's... I think Swarmlings taking Earth 1 in round 3 and blocking it from Nomads, that's a huge shift in the game, I think. I mean, I think Swarmlings just win then, and I don't think Nomads do. But, yeah, I mean, getting Water 1 blocked definitely hurt. This was only 7 points, whereas Water 1 would have been 12, or, well, what would it have been? After I built that? Oh, no, I did. I still built. Yeah, whatever. Swarmlings probably have a better shot as well if they start G6H4. Yeah, I mean, look, this is definitely not the right spot. I think starting here is still maybe fine for Swarmlings. Being part of this early Leech party did enable Swarmlings to get another Priest power action or 2 and really made sure they had enough Leech to hit Sanctuary in round 2. So I'm not convinced that this was the wrong spot, because if Swarmlings start here and then Engineer still does their thing, maybe Swarmlings doesn't get enough Leech to actually get Sanctuary in round 2, and I think the whole snowball falls apart. But I think I would have been really tempted personally to start here and here this game. Because I think you could have totally played a really beautiful Swarmlings game by blocking off Engineers a little, hurting and slowing them down, just building on these hexes, still build through here, then wind up connecting through here for a 3rd town. But who knows? Another shift for me, you know, I do have to wonder still if I was supposed to double ship, but given that Nomads hit 16 network and the fact engineers easily could have hit 16 network and just like focused on other things, I probably was right not to play for network because it just doesn't go anywhere. But yeah, I just it's hard to play these Darkling games when you get blocked from water one, right? Like it's a little bit of the problem of playing Darklings, hoping to just play Earth one, Water one, 3 towns disconnected. You gotta hope nobody else has strong enough games, and you gotta hope that you're not gonna get blocked on that stuff. Nomads winning is the biggest reason you question D2. They had to have benefited a lot from Leech there. Yeah, they did. Although, I mean, one thing to question is Swarmlead's first action went Priest to Water, which I get that it was to make sure they beat me on the water track instead of me doing it, but they definitely gave up a lot of Leech tempo also. Like, Nomads benefited a good amount by being able to upgrade first instead of Swarmleads, like vice versa, right? That's a little bit of stuff, but Nomads got, I mean, the other reason Nomads win this, though, is because Engineers go. Like, right? Engineers decided to come over here and then also feed Nomads a bunch of early Leech. Which, I don't know. Again, I mean, these games can break out any which way. I mean, ultimately, Nomads were going to be pretty good here, too, and I said that during the auction. Like, there wasn't a huge reason to dislike Nomads starting on a Spade without color neighbors. And with temp ship in the game, it was pretty likely Nomads would get to the north. So, I mean, on some level, it really is. I just probably paid a little too much for the best faction here. I still think Darklings are probably the best, but the gap here is just a little much. It's just always so hard in this color matchup, though, to know exactly how stuff's going to break early, because, like, again, if I get a coins action in round 1, too, it's just significantly better than what I was forced to do. And then past tiles can always break a little different too. Yeah, whatever. It's just how it goes. You can't win them all, but that one hurts a bit. I was on a really, I've been on a really good run though. I've been pretty lucky. So like, I mean, whatever. I can't win every game, but the fact I can't win every game and I don't play a ton. It's a lot. It's a lot of climbing to do again, to just get back to where I was, and then this is not like you have to get to almost 1800 to win an arena season. So I don't know if I have that many games of Terra Mystica in me right now, because I essentially only have about 2 weeks left, and then in 2 weeks I have like a big vacation, and then I will only have like 2 days at the end of the season. So can I play like a game a day for the next 2 weeks, get up to 50 games this season, and see like if in the next 14 games I can avoid 4th place and like mostly win, I could get up to like 1800, but it's tough. I was gonna say, let's find Zavok quick before I leave. It's a really tough loss. Sometimes have to hope your opponent's games don't go off so hard like that. Yeah, I mean, again, like that's what's tricky about the bidding there. Like that's what I like. During that whole auction, I essentially I bid on the Swarmleads a little bit, and I said I was tempted to go Nomads, but I was going to go Darklings one more, right? Like it's such a tricky balance of like how much are you willing to bet and pay for various things. How likely was it that Nomads were just going to get to temp ship in round 2? Probably pretty likely, and maybe I need to factor that in, but if I cut Nomads off of the north this game instead, right, that's still a good shift between Nomads and me too. Like, it's easier for me to make a 3rd town if I get up into that northern area. It's easier for me to potentially just connect fully if I get up that way. Now, how likely was it for me to get up that way? No real clue. But anyhow, I wanted to look at Zavok's meteoric... this is actually a crazy graph, right? Like, it's mostly just up, and then all of a sudden over the last 2 weeks, just been rough games, but that happens. Anyhow, the point was I wanted to look at how his arena rating rose up to 1800, because my guess is it's fairly slow. So 1704, that's roughly right where I am currently. So it involved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 wins in a row to get up to about 1,800. Then there was a third place and then a win and a win. So, yeah, that's roughly about the 14-game sample, and that's 12 wins and 1 third place. It's not impossible, but holy shit is that tough, team. It's a lot. It's a lot to achieve. I really don't know if I have that many games in me this season, which is often my problem for actually contesting arena seasons. This is what happens to me. I just usually can't. I really just can't commit that many games. Now, I mean, some seasons NerdCube has won without that many, but the season that Halai won, he played like 100. NerdCube's played 100 in a lot of the seasons he's won. Wow, I did get 76 one season. That impresses me. I did get up to 5th that season. That's hard. It's hard for me to play that much. Just play all my arena games against Halai and Deep Finesse, beat them every time. I may need fewer than 14. Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. It's tough. Like, yeah. Zavok won like 10 or 11 games in a row, right? I mean, so to be clear, that's the tricky part. Like, winning arena is definitely a lot of skill, but it's also like a decent bit of luck, and you kind of just have to hope for a good run of games. But well, until it wasn't, correct, right? Like, Zavok was playing crazy good, and all of a sudden, like, his recent run, he has tons of thirds and fourths, and like, it happens. You could just make the wrong, like, the game is still a little fluky in the long run. Anyhow, Fofo, it went okay. I just wound up overbidding the best faction. The other factions that I thought were a bit worse wound up having really big games, and I took what I've been calling a tied for 4th. People are trying to cheer me up and point out it's really tied for 3rd, but I know the truth. BGA knows the truth too. It shed freaking 26 elo from me, so... Anyhow, the point is, team, I probably am not completely walking away from arena yet this season, but yikes, I don't totally know if I have the drive to really try to win this arena season. It's just a lot of games, but I've been having fun streaming and playing recently, so we'll see. I also claimed that I was done with my Agricola grind ever since I reached top 10 now, and the top is still so far away, but am I really done with my Agricola grinding, or do I aim for top 5 in Agricola? Top 5 is at least achievable. I'm not that far away from top 5. 5th place is 535. Like, I could hit 535 pretty soon. It would take quite a few games, but this is tough. 616 is very tough. Tied for 3.5, you're correct. When I do it, it's a tie for 3rd. When I do it, it's a tie for 4th. Yeah, see, I mean, that's fair. I take that. Look, I at that sort of table, I don't feel good about taking last, especially when we all agree engineers probably made a lot of mistakes, and the fact they still tied me indicates I probably overbid. I almost had to have overbid, right? Like, otherwise, what mistakes did I make that game? That's the other question, right? Is there some big mistake I made that game I should have cleared up? I really don't know what it was, though, right? Like, what should have gone better for me there? What do I do different? I achieved my goals. I pulled off my game plan. I was about as efficient as I could have been. I should have taken Earth 2 instead. We agree about that. I should have taken Earth 2, so that's a mistake. So I win the Earth track. That helps. But then I don't have 7 Air 1 points. So yeah, let's play Arena now. Oh, Zavok. That's not how either you or I win Arena. We don't gain points by playing each other. We gotta take them away from the scrubs. Other than taking Earth 2, you don't think there's much. Yeah, I think that's what I'm looking at, right? Like, so if I don't think I made many mistakes, and I don't think I got particularly unlucky, I just, the only answer is I overbid there, right? I overpaid for Dark Lanes in that color wheel usually is very good for dark lanes, and it was. It's not like I didn't have a very strong game, but it turns out the other factions also had really good games, and so I should have just been willing to go to them sooner. And my instincts told me that they were good. I just didn't trust them enough to not want to bid dark lanes down deep. So it's so tough because a lot of my problems in Arena lately, I've had some really close wins, but my lesson was I needed to just bid cultists more. I needed to bid the best faction in the setup more. And now here's a game where the lesson is don't overbid the best faction. Oh, auction is tough some days. You doubt this is the answer, but is there a way that taking Bridge in B2 in round 1 for Sanctuary in round 2 is better? Yeah, I mean, that, like, right? Like, I pushed hard for Sanctuary in round 1, and I'm on the Sanctuary tile, but how important is Sanctuary in round 1 when the Sanctuary scoring is next round? Like, I could have just opened Temple 2 Dwellings and got to the north. Yeah, I mean, that's a really interesting option. Except Leech 3 for Worker Action round 5. Okay. You lost all your elo already? You did lose a lot of your elo, but look, saying that there's nothing to lose anymore, I don't think beating you is the answer for how I compete this arena season, truly, but it is more fun. You'll cash in channel credits for me and Zevok right now. I mean, I don't really care about your channel credits, but it is fun. I don't know. I'm not super convinced I want to play another right now. I think I'm probably just going to log off. I'm tempted to play another, but I also want to do some other things today. I might wind up playing one later tonight. Maybe I'll stream it, but it's probably not going to happen right now. Yeah, a Zevok game is fun, everybody. I don't disagree, but I don't really think I can commit to wanting to play another 2 hours right now. So, anyhow, I think this will be the end of this one. We'll see how much the Arena Antics series continues. I probably will keep playing a little bit, but I think I might just be happy trying to get a top 10 finish this season. But I mean, the top is not that far away currently. I could go on a nice winning run, but I guess I play a few more. It's still not like definitely gone. It's just, it is so disheartening to shed like 20 ranking points there, because it's hard enough. Like, that's like something like 2 or 3 wins just to get back. Just aim to beat my pencil. Yeah. I mean, that's been the goal in the past, right? I lost 23. Like, ugh. I guess a lot of my wins have been good though. Although those were the days of beating Zevok, which was not trivial. And then got a tied first. Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know. Maybe ranking up's a little faster than I'm giving it credit for. Although a lot of these wins are against pretty good opponents. It's not trivial to beat Zevok and Mike Chike. Or any of these tables, actually. None of those tables are really chumps, but although I guess really just avoiding 4th is the important part too. Like 3rd even saves you a lot. Who knows? You should have stopped at 1801. Yeah, you should have. Look, I will make this promise to everybody. If I hit 1800, I'm done. Done. Like, I've said this about NerdCube in past seasons too. It's impressive when you guys get to 1800 and you keep going. Good for you. I'm a chump. If I hit 1800 in Arena, I'm out. I'm not playing more games. If somebody passes me, maybe I'll play one more at the end of the season or something. But I'm probably done. I'm just gonna park there and let it be. I can easily avoid the arena queue. I do not have a compulsive habit of clicking on it. I can find other games. Now, will I ever actually hit 1800? It's really not clear. My highest arena season's like a 1750, 1760. That was playing like 70 games. Um, I think it just takes a lot of games to get to your true average in general. Now, to be fair, I don't know. I think Zevak hit 1800 after like 50 games probably. So like you can go on crazy win streaks, but as we saw, his crazy win streak was literally like 12 long in order to get to that 1800. Like, bleh. Anyhow, again, I've blabbed out a lot. It's been fun. Thanks all for chatting and hanging out. It's always a good time. I hope I can get a few more in at least next week because it is good. These groups are really fun and it's nice. I probably will still get into a Agricola or two because I enjoy the streams. But where's NerdCube this season? NerdCube's not competing super hard because he's like having a lot of vacation time as well. He's currently 10th. Now that I fell, he was 11th, but I'm below him currently. But yeah, I mean, NerdCube's not going to win this season, so the crown is up for others. But currently, I mean, if anybody wants to bet on Zorus, Halai, Deep Finesse, I think those are some good bets. But anyhow, thanks all for hanging out, chatting. Makes it a lot of fun. I probably will stream a little bit more this weekend. Maybe get an Agricola and 1 or 2 TMs in. Maybe even a Terra Mystica later tonight. Although, yeah, this kind of afternoon time slot is when we get the most chatting. So maybe next week I can try to get 1 or 2 in this time slot because it does seem to be kind of some of the best, like, right towards the end of the workday. A lot of people hang out and chat and stuff, which is good fun. But I am going to head off. It was good. Sorry, I can't play another. It is tempted, but I should try to get some other things done in my day. So, yeah, thanks all, and see you around.